Welcome, my friends, to our discussion today, the big debate. I'm not sure if you can actually hear the sound of my voice. Can you hear me? Am I coming across loud and clear to some degree, I hope, or not? If you can hear the sound of my voice and it sounds normal, let me know because with streaming these days, you just never can tell when you're normal and when you're not. Like right now, I don't know if I'm sounding normal. Am I sounding normal? Am I? Okay, not late, General. Good to see you, my friend. Awesome. Is any of you guys gonna take me up on the offer and join me live, or are you camera shy? You see what I did there? I'm trying to guilt trip you into joining me. But jokes apart, if you're not able to join, I equally understand because I know not everybody is as enthusiastic as I am being on camera. But yeah, the purpose of coming online and having this big debate is to clear up some of the questions, some of the comments, and a lot of very good opinions that people have shared since I started talking about this other tool. If you've been following the channel closely enough, you know that I've been talking about tuning and showing what it can do. And for those who are just getting their feet wet into the world of artificial intelligence music, they are obviously wondering, well, Phil, does that mean I should not use XYZ tool anymore? And no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm doing is trying to let those who are deep into the world, entrenched in the world, like Wave AI Sonics is into this world, Not Late General, KP, you folks are all into this world. So did you look on the board? It's good to see all your comments. Okay. So good to see all your comments. KP says, not being on camera, not set up to do it. Absolutely, no problem, no problem. Wave AI Sonic says, am I camera shy? I did a Zoom 3 years ago. 3 years ago. That's hilarious. I'm not camera shy, but I don't have anything I feel I need to say. Of course, you have something you need to say. No, it's in the sea of opinions, it's in the multitude of opinions. Like you folks who are chatting with me right now, you are further ahead than many others in this world of AI music. So, your opinions, your ideas, they're so important. So, chat into me. Let's just get straight into it. Tell me, so if you go to membership, so you and KP, you are both in membership, and Wave AS Onyx as well. So if you go to the membership wall, you'll find a link. And a shout out to Fred. I saw Fred come through, and Fred was on the road. Fred, if you're watching, jump back in, say a quick hello. Appreciate you coming on. I was getting set up and not exactly ready to go live when you joined. So if you go to the membership section, the membership section of the AI Creatives Connect, yeah, it's up there. It's the most recent post. So the reason why we are having this discussion is a lot of people are not as deep into the world as we are. They would like to be, but now that there's a multitude of software, AIs, people could get a little bit confused. So I wanted to take any questions from the audience. Whether you are a subscriber or not, the chat is open to all who are on the call right now. I am seeing your chats live as they come in, and it's really more of a discussion and a rationalization. So let's talk about why AI music in the first place, right? Let's talk about the what, when, where, why, how, and who. So, why AI music? AI music because a lot of people love music, they want to create it, but they don't have a microphone, let alone a keyboard. They cannot play a tune to save themselves on the piano. They cannot play Mary Had a Little Lamb, but they love music. and they would love to share their ideas and opinions in music. So this is where we talk about the democratization of music. Okay, it is okay for people who cannot play instruments or who cannot hold a tune to create music for themselves. So I want to get off that high and mighty horse of, oh, I'm a musician and no one knows as much as I do. I want to get off that horse and just look at the little guy for change. The person who does not even know the way to the nearest studio. The person whose nearest studio is not even at the 1990s level that some of us, started playing music in or recorded music in. So now that we have all these tools, are we going to say that people shouldn't use them? No, people can use them. Just the other day, I was amusing my 91-year-old mom, 91 years old. I was amusing her with AI music. So I asked her to make up a song. She made up a song, gave me the words, and gave me these scriptures, which she likes, threw them into the tool, and she was blown away. And to amuse her even further, being from Africa, I gave her an African spin on the words she gave me, and she was in stitches. She was in stitches. So AI music doesn't have to be, oh, you're trying to get in and sell all your music and stuff, and it's AI. No. People are in AI music for various reasons. It brings a smile to people's faces, it amuses people all day long, it lets you have a blast. Now, for those who are looking at it more as a business, this is, well, I won't speak for everyone, but this is the 2000s where people are free to play whatever music they want and create whatever music they want. And to my knowledge, no government has said you cannot use arranger keyboards. Arranger keyboard is like a kind of cheating. It's like a kind of AI if you wanted to take it there. Some of these arranger keyboards are they're decadent. In fact, if you were trying to go after some of these people, you would ask, "Hey, did Stevie give you permission to use that Yamaha?" Of course, he probably did, right? Or whoever owns Stevie's catalog did, because if you listen to the Genos too, and not to mention Chaka, her music, there's all sorts of hit songs in a range of keyboards, pretty much note for note, bass line for bass line. So anyway, with AI Sonic said people use them. I'm just afraid it becomes just background ambient and no one cares about creating new music. You bring up a really good point. This has kind of troubled me, especially over the past few days, because I can see how easy it is to not really understand music, but to get good output. The thing is that the tool also eggs you on. When you get into a tool like Toonie, it just presents, oh, do you want to create a song about a bear riding a bicycle? Uh, well, let me go with that because my head's empty. I have nothing in it. I don't think that's very helpful for the future of music. But again, I don't begrudge them because I'm trying not to be too serious a musician each and every time someone says, "Hey, Phil, listen to what I created." And I go on my judgmental horse, you're not a musician, you're not a singer, that's just dumb. And that's not going to help. It's not going to move the narrative forward. Like a lot of musicians are angry at AI tools because it makes the layman sound good. But so what? How long are we going to complain about AI making people sound good? We need to move away from that and ask, how do we satisfy the needs and interests of all parties involved? The musicians want to create real music. No one's stopping them. You have the purists who want analog. No one's stopping them. You have the kids who want to play with AI tools. Ah, maybe someone is trying to stop them. And then you have the musicians who want to begin incorporating bits of AI into what they do. Ah, but someone wants to stop them as well. And then they frame it as stealing. But over the past few weeks, it's been very clear that you can train an AI on your unique. Oh, I see Notley Jenno joined. Let's get him on. I'm going to bring you on the stage, buddy. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. He's just looking. Ready or not, I'm going to bring him on. Hey,
Hello. I'm
Jay,
getting
how
really
you
bad
doing?
lag. I'm gonna turn my camera off if that's okay with you.
Let me put this headset on because
I'm getting. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm getting really bad
you need
lag,
you
so I'm
need to
gonna turn
turn
the
your
camera off
YouTube
if that's
off.
okay with you.
You need okay. You need to turn your YouTube off. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey there, how you doing, man? Can you hear me?
I have turned YouTube off. I've tried to close every window in the background.
You're good. You're good. I can
Yeah,
hear
let
you.
me
I can
try
hear
and
you loud
rejoin.
and
I'm
clear.
sorry about this. I'm having really bad lag. My bad.
No problem. No problem. All right. So I guess when he jumps on again, we'll see. It's lovely to see a face that we have been speaking together for so long and finally get to see one of our friends. And for those of you who are in membership, just go to the membership pane and jump on and let's have a conversation about the future because not one singular person holds all the answers to the future. You know what I'm saying? The answers to the future lie in how we're able to discuss, rationalize, make sense of this new world. Wave AI Sonic says, think this way everyone that creates, oh, let's bring NLJ on. Everyone that creates music enjoys other people. If people don't care anymore, that's true. Where's NLJ? He disappeared again. So you're very correct. You're very correct. Wave AI Sonics. It's true, and that is what should form the base of anyone getting into music. What you have right here is the why behind the musician. Not every single person wants to say what they have to say to the world. And then not every single person wants to say what they have through music. Some people just want to say it. Other people want to say it through music. So I agree absolutely. Right. So if everyone is just saying something or blabbing, right? Just for the sake of blabbing, then you're right. But you know what? I think the audience will also decide, yeah, Phil's just blabbing. He has nothing to say. I'm not going to listen to him. So I guess those people will shoot themselves in the foot. But it's going to be like digging through a mud pit where you have so much grime. How do you get to the real stuff? Well, you already have artists that have a reputation, which is why I believe that the artists that already have a strong reputation, it behooves them to understand how AI works and to begin to use it in their productions. If they do it that way, at least they have options and they'll be able to keep up with the times. That is why, as a musician, I think every musician needs to know what's out there, what it can do, the pros and the cons, and then they need to bottom line their belief system. You get what I'm saying? They have to bottom line their belief system because we're not all built the same. Some people cannot stand jazz. Why do we need to force them to listen to jazz? And also, I saw you come on. Come on, man. Try again. I heard you loud and clear. My laptop was lagging hard. I didn't want to interrupt with bad audio. No, your audio was perfect. Yeah, try again. Because I could see you, man. I could see you waiting in the wings, and your audio was perfect. I want to hear your views. And I also want you to tell me how you created those musical pieces that I was getting all excited about. So please come back on. Wave AI Sonic says even live concerts will be replaced. Do you really think so? That's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. So when you talk about live concerts being replaced by virtual, do you mean like human virtual, like during COVID? Or do you mean like AI virtual, where the AIs actually perform? You get what I'm saying? Because just looking at people's posture towards AI, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So yeah, the, these are all valid thoughts, which is why I wanted to have a debate. And we can do this again. Oh, you mean like holograms? Hey Jim, how you doing, Jim? Thanks for joining. Oh, like ABBA. Yeah, that's true. But you see, Jim, ABBA has a reputation. You know what I'm saying? ABBA is already established. So the moment you see Benny on that thing, you're going to get all excited, even though it's a hologram of him. But for a nobody, I don't know if a nobody can pull that off, but I agree. I agree. I see KP just joined. Let me bring KP to the microphone. And KP, uh-oh. Are you there? KP, don't worry, your camera was off. Your camera was off, but now it's saying, okay, let's add you to the stage, NLJ. All right.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's a really nice microphone. What
I'm sorry
microphone is
about that.
that?
I was getting really bad stutter before. I know you could hear me okay. That's a Yeti Blue.
Oh, it sounds really nice. Lots
Yeti.
of body. Lots of body. Yeah, I know the
Um,
Yeti. Yeah.
so
So how you doing?
I'm still getting a little bit of delay. S- Sorry if I talk over
That's
you.
okay. That's okay. That's fine.
Pretty
So,
good.
so
Excuse my appearance. I wasn't ready to be on air, but I go on camera all the
look,
time,
you
so I'm not
no
that
need to
self-conscious.
apologize. We're
I just wanted to
musicians.
join in a little bit with the debate. Um, Sorry, there's a delay. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Go for it. Go for it. And I just put my chat on the
It's
screen.
like lag when you're using your door, right? When you're trying to get rid of that latency. Um, so to me, this whole AI nonsense is pretty easy to break down. Um, they made the same stink about the sampler back in the day. Do you remember? Oh, sampling, it's not real music, it's going to ruin music. It's the exact same arguments. And the same mentality of people probably made the same argument about the metronome, for example. Oh my god, you're going to not know how to keep time if you hear the ticking. Like it anything is a tool, depends how you use it. If you rely on it like a crutch, your work will be rubbish. If you use it as a tool and you have so, for example, I've been a frustrated musician since I was 18. All my friends were musicians, they all played instruments, they were all DJs. I can't do any of that. So I took to recording and editing. I ran my own recording studio
Oh,
successfully for several
wow.
years, but I still have lots of frustrated musician ideas in me. AI has let me go back to all my old projects, open up all my old projects and go, okay, now I have a session band. I can go, Mr. Bassman, please hit me with that slap bass. Drummer, a little bit more funky with the right. I can give exact prompts. I can put my own samples in and tailor them. It's a frustrated musician's dream. I don't understand why people would be so down on it.
Hmm. Wow. So that explains why I heard some
That's my
musicianish
take.
stuff
Sorry.
going on. In your music, I heard a really nice mix, and I heard the spatial representation of the instruments. That explains why your music is the way it is.
Oh, so yeah, I can edit other people's music all day long. I'm not musically trained. I don't know how to play a keyboard properly. I can play badly by ear. I play harmonica. I can sing out of tune. That's the limit of my actual musical skills. So I have to work around
That
that.
that's
I don't
interesting.
have
So
session musicians. I can't afford to hire singers. So
so tell us,
we do what we
NLJ,
can, right?
absolutely. Tell us, what is your favorite AI?
Sorry, Phil. I'm getting a little bit self-conscious because there's a really bad delay for me. I'm not trying to talk over you or step on what you're saying. My genuine apologies. I'm going to turn my camera off just in case it helps.
Sounds good. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your ideas, and I
Sorry, I
understand
didn't
about the
catch that. What
lag.
is my foot that you cut off? I'm sorry.
Your favorite AI tool of all the AIs?
I'm not hearing you at all now, Phil. I don't want to sabotage your show, dude. I'm a big fan. I'm
No
gonna jump down
problem.
because I'm clearly having audio issues.
No problem.
My
Take it to the
apologies.
chat.
I feel like every time you start to speak, I'm cutting you off. I don't. Oh, Suno by far, but I want to promote Sonoto heavily. It's what lets me get my prompts right. So before I paid for my full subscription to Suno, I used to use Sonoto's free generations to fine tune my prompts and fine tune my lyrics, and then take them over to also Udio. I use Udio a lot as well, but Suno is by far the best. Um, Post a link. Yeah, I can do that right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Look, this is your show. I don't care how laggy anyone is. Look,
I'll put
I've
it
done
in
it.
the private chat for
Thank,
you, but I'll put it in the main chat too if I can.
thank you. I've done enough shows. I don't care if I'm laggy all day.
All
I
right,
want to
Phil, I
hear from
can't hear you
people.
at all now, buddy. I'm going to jump down. I don't want to
That's fine.
interrupt the show.
That's fine. I appreciate you, man. And anyone else who wants to jump on, I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care if you're in your bathrobe, your bedroom clothes. I don't care. I just want to hear from people. That's all. So thank you very much for coming on, NLJ. It is a pleasure to see you after having so many back and forths and talking about this stuff. Let's take a look at what our friend Wave AI Sonic said. Not the same, because the difference is people need other to do something they can't do. If you can do it yourself, the value of musicians go. That's an interesting perspective for sure. KP, I can see you here, but no, I can't hear you. In fact, it won't let me add you um, to the platform because you don't have any device connected. So you need to connect your mic, or well, I know you don't have a camera, so that's okay. And we can do this again. And I know that I just jumped on our members and said, hey, come join me online and discuss. But that's it. That's improvisation. I'm a jazzer. I improvise. I improvise. So what I really would love for everyone to do is just share your honest opinion. Is music doomed? Will music still have a life since AI has proven to be so efficient in creating the music, mixing the music, and mastering the music? Yeah, absolutely. Wave AI Sonics. Why don't you join? Do that. Do that. Please. You don't have to be on camera. It's okay. You can join with a mic. Yeah, join with a mic. So KP, I cannot. Do you want to try rejoining? Can you rejoin? You want to try rejoining? Try rejoining. Uh, KP says music will always have a life. Amen to that. Amen to that. And that's why I need to hear your voices, and we all need to hear each other's voices, because it can be rather discouraging. Jim says it depends on what level musician you are. And thank you, Jim, because Jim brought me back to what I actually wanted to share. I was saying that we all have different levels of musician ship in AI. So let's jump very quickly into philc.net and let me just cover that. I got all excited when our friend joined the conversation. I I left what I really wanted to hit on, but what I really wanted to hit on is my AI in music taxonomy, which you can find on philc.net. And if you go there, here are the 7 levels: human only, purist, analog, no digital, real to real, preferred if possible, all this Pro Tools stuff, DAW stuff. Level 0 is not into that. Then we have level 1. They would use AI and tech as an admin. They'll use it to create metadata for filing anything relating to their release, but they won't use it for creativity. Level 2 is where we get into the micro assist. I'll get an idea for a title, or I'll use it to move me from a creative block. But as far as the actual creativity, still with the human. Level 3 is where we bring in the likes of um, probably just for the landerish aspects where we can use AI to reduce noise or suggest mix chains. I know some of you have all these fancy plugins, and while you may not call it AI, but it really is. Lambda is a clear example, though. There's some people who will not. In fact, they hate the idea of using AI for mastering. But at level 3, people begin to say, okay, I guess I could use Lambda. So I started getting into the world of AI at level 3. So I still wanted stuff to be done live. Really didn't have an option. but I started using Lambda for my mastering, not for mixing, mastering. Then level four is getting into hybrid arrangements where the human provides a lead vocal. The AI can generate some backing parts and very minute parts, not more than 8 bars. Then we get into level five where it's like a 50-50 or 60-40 with the AI. And a lot of us are at level five. Level five is where the AI is performing with us. You might do a lead vocal, but the AI might do the duet, but you don't allow it go rogue. You don't allow it take over. So we're looking at it just doing very minimal pieces, but again, it could be a 50-50, a 60-40, a 70-30. The difference between level four and level five is you are still in the lead. Whether you're playing your guitar, you're playing your piano, you're still in the lead at level four. Level five, you're not fully in the lead like you are in level four. This is where the AI has more and more, contribution. And it could be an 80-20, but you are in the mix. Level six is where you are not in the actual singing or playing, but you are there in the prompting. And a lot of people are in level six. So no matter how sophisticated I prompt, if I'm not in the mix, I'm not in the mix, right? So I'm not at level five. The difference between level six and level five is a level five musician is playing the keys, playing the guitar, or singing the lead, or whatever your instrument is. If it's a sax, you are in the mix. But at level six, you're not in the mix. And at level six, all of the after studio stuff that is done, you're not doing it. You're not doing the landering, right? You're just you're not doing the mastering. You're Everything is done by the AI, is what I'm saying. Level six. Then we have level seven, which is Hall, the hologram, the human out of the loop, which is the most dangerous of all. This is where we see the likes of Tooney tending towards. And they're already talking about agents, but it'll get to the point where there's absolutely zero human. I'm not saying that's where Tooney is going. I'm just saying the capability is there for it to make the judgment call on what to write. It's already suggested, hey, you want to write a song about a bear swimming in a pool? Whatever it suggests, it can do that without your intervention if it's programmed to do so. And there will be some AIs, I call them like turnkey AIs. I am not on board with level seven. And people would say, oh, you're not being open minded. It's just a revenue stream. Well, I still have a little bit of the musician fighting the human out of the loop context. And then we have level eight, the ambidextrous hybrid, which is at different levels, depend on the music, right? Whether it's indigenous music or elevator music, at different levels, you are different levels depending on the genres of music. Okay. So going back to what Jim said, this is how I am thinking. I'm seeing, musicians on a spectrum. Some musicians may have drunk the Kool-Aid fully, and others may not have drunk the Kool-Aid, is what I'm saying. Okay. So, let's bring Wave Isonics to the stage. Hi, Wave
Hello,
Isonics. How
everyone.
you doing?
Phil,
Hi there. How you doing?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, fine. I'm a bit noob in this stuff. So right now, I don't. I wasn't following your topic, but back a while, I was trying to say that my idea about the AI music
Mm.
is a bit negativist.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Right now we listen to music and follow musicians and bands because we cannot do that, you know, and we end up enjoying them and following them for personal and human reasons. But when people can craft any song, they don't need musicians anymore, so music will continue, but musicians may be extinct in a few years or decades.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Give
it's
us
a bit
tell
negative.
tell 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 us more, because think about it like like a painter or an artist, they still exist, right? Artists still exist.
Yes,
So this,
but they exist in fields where you cannot. I mean, you may be thinking about image, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They still paint, they still create artistic
Yeah,
image,
yeah,
but
because we've got Photoshop, we have all of these tools that enable us to draw. Well, we're not drawing it ourselves, but they're still artists. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, I know, but it's also a transition for them. I bet they also will be no place in the future. Same as music. I mean,
Oh.
there will be always someone doing it for the joy of it, and
Mm,
maybe having success because it's something specific, like craftsmen. You know,
mm-hmm.
we still buy furniture from manual labor. I'm sorry, my
True.
English is not very good, but I
Oh no,
think
I can hear you. I'm getting you. Uh-huh.
okay. So, but it's going to be like that. It's or you are someone with extreme talent,
Mm.
and you can be here behind all the noise and all the fancy stuff, or you will not be able to have any luck. That's my opinion. It's a bit negativist, I know.
No, I like the negative opinion. Look, we got to wear that hat. I don't know if you've heard of Ed DeBono. He's one of the great thought leaders of our time, and he talks about wearing the negative hat. We all need to wear the negative hat so that we can come to terms with reality and rationalize. So I like your viewpoint that at some point down the road, there will be no need for musicians if AI can fully replace what it
Yeah,
offers.
under that condition, and I believe it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
I like that. I like that. Awesome. Let's bring on another of our friends so we can have a dynamic conversation.
Hello. I can hear you now without an echo. I'm so sorry about before.
Hello again.
Hello,
Good,
Waves.
good.
I like that Waves is wording that actually he says his English is not that great, but it's excellent because you did say it correctly. You're being a negativist, and at least you're acknowledging that. I would like to counter that argument a little bit. That's a little bit like saying because people do home improvements, we no longer have a need for architects. I beg to differ. Like the fact that people can now also join in fact, will probably increase the need for musicians because when they reach their limits of their creativity, their stopping blocks, they're going to need to ask a musician friend. Guess what? That's been happening already with me
Mm,
and my friends. I'll be like, hey guys, can you explain this chord progression to me? Can you so my knowledge is improving by using AI. It's not getting this.
mm,
Watching Phil's tutorials about how to get the key changes opened up a whole new vista of production for me. I really am a firm believer. It depends how you use it. Is it a knife? Is it a tool for cutting bread, or is it a weapon to commit murder with? It's all about intent. It's
Yeah, I know you are on the other side of my opinion, but the two can coexist.
sure.
Um,
I don't hate your opinion, by the way. I actually I started off thinking very much how you do.
Thank you. What to be more clear about my vision about music is this. You know about Spotify, right?
Hmm.
So in the
mm,
future, Spotify will eventually have an AI creator also, and you have two things: or you follow a list that's already pre-existed, or you create your own. You
mm,
only you will only have a musician's playlist if it's something that stands out or you cannot find or create for any reason
That
because
is more of a
you can
problem,
create
Wave.
anything.
I agree with you more strongly on that. And I will say this because of the overall output will be increased, quality
mm.
will go down. I see that side of the argument for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys think governments have the right or should begin stepping in and saying, well, you can't? Do you think that will even happen remotely in the Western world?
I live in the UK. I have to be careful how I answer that question in case they put me in handcuffs and pull me away, Phil. What can I tell you? Uh,
Yeah, it all depends of the legislation that's going to be made because some legislation needs to exist, right? You cannot do anything you want. You cannot copy things for other people. But if the music industry collapses, who will care about that? You know. And if musicians are rare in the future, there's no more question about the musicians' rights and the copyright stuff.
Okay.
They will be unique because
Question.
they are unique. You cannot copy it even with AI.
Question. Do you think the existing legal framework is sufficient to
No,
move us forward to the next era?
no.
Which
It's
parts of it?
very confused.
Are not up to scratch? Because I know I worked in the industry, so I have my own opinions on that. But I'm curious what you guys think.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not a big follower about that stuff, but
it's
in my
muddy.
opinion,
It's very
yeah,
muddy. I
very.
mean, at the basic level,
Unclear. It's very
when you
fair.
create a track, if you didn't write the lyrics and you didn't write the melody yourself, then you're on the slippery slope, at least in the US, because the copyright office will push back and say, well, an AI did this. So you must have at least the lyrics or the tune for you to make some sort of claim.
Or
They
to
must
be
be well
show
documented.
incremental stages that you took it through was the other thing
Oh,
they would look at.
definitely.
So if you took
Absolutely.
it through a process which is very much, a
Yes.
series
It's
of
very hard to do that, at
crafted
least in my
steps. Yeah.
opinion,
It's not
because
actually. I have a very good workflow for that. You make your
yeah,
own
maybe I
bad
need to find
tracks
one.
in a DAW, and then you feed them into the AI. You make terrible music for 25 years and save the tracks on your hard drive, and then you feed them to the AI and let it do its
Yeah,
magic.
I'm saving all the
Absolutely.
projects, but still.
You see
And what
this thought
about
from
me?
Jim? You see this
Yes.
thought from Jim. What do you think about this? This is a very interesting food for thought that Jim is sharing. You don't become a musician to be famous, right? I think
I mean, look, okay, I would tweak that a little bit because he says to play an instrument. I would say to express yourself because not all musicians play instruments.
yeah,
Some are vocalists,
that's
some are,
true.
right? So,
And
yeah,
yeah,
to express, to get some
Yeah, I agree. I
creative
think it's
urge
more
out.
about that.
Yeah.
very, very, very good thoughts. And thank you for bringing balance. You see, for us who play instruments, we think we think in a particular way, which is why we need to be having these conversations so
So
that we
not
are
all
all
gear
grounded.
brains are geared the same way. Do you know how many times I've tried to teach myself guitar, learn how to play the guitar, have friends show me
Wow.
how to play the guitar? I can barely play three power chords, and I can strum. It's the left hand. I have no clue. Same thing with the
Mm,
keyboard. I can play left hand. I can play right hand. I cannot put the two together. Some of us
yeah,
have natural sticking blocks.
it's
We
true.
don't all
Right.
share the same talents. I'm
Right.
like I said, very much a frustrated musician. I begrudge you guys, not in a
Mm.
hateful way, but I'm like, damn, I wish I could just pick up an instrument. And I know it's practice, 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 but my skills lie elsewhere. They lie in editing, they lie in
yeah.
production, in engineering.
Mm.
I, I don't see why I should be excluded from the making
Exactly.
music arena. That
And it's an art in and of itself. What you're doing is an art. A lot of people don't understand. Have you seen the interviews that I've had with Dave back there in membership? Dave,
no,
my
not yet.
mastering guy.
I
Okay.
only just became a member, so I'm still catching up on the backlog.
Okay, because I have three more videos from Dave, and listening to him talk about how he goes about mastering music, it's a different world, but it's creativity as well. So we need to be as inclusive as possible. Even let's talk about Simon, Simon Cowell. Let's talk about Simon. Simon probably can't tweak a knob to save himself, but he's got the ears. He knows what will work in industry. He
It's
knows the
okay. So
acts to bring
even
on.
if you wanted to be fully cynical and say he just started off as a privileged money man in the right position, in the right part of town, but what he
Well, you
picked,
need that also.
what he chose was successful. What he guided
Yes.
and directed was successful. I don't like the guy. Can't stand him. You can't question the success. You can't question the success.
Yes,
And
yeah,
it's
absolutely, wholeheartedly agree. I'm really glad that you're sharing your views and opinions so that other subscribers and members will feel compelled to do the same because this is not like a monopoly. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I've been educated just listening to your viewpoint. Wave AI Sonics brings a very important point. This is a very valid point. Will musicians survive the next century, it's a good thing to talk about.
They will
And you
be
bring a very
rarer.
important point.
That is absolutely certain.
Less?
And what Wave
I
said
think
is
so.
correct. They will
I
be
think
rarer.
so,
And there's
for
another
sure.
level. The entry point is going to be much, much higher.
Hmm.
So
Mm,
sometimes you start a bit poor, let's say that, and you will learn on the way and you become good at least. But
yes.
for that, you need feedback. You need to
Mm.
see your work evolve. And if the ceiling is too high, you will never get that. You will never do the path of learning to get there because you will quit. That's what I think.
But that is also the test of the metal, right? Of the artist. Do they quit
Hmm.
or do they persist?
True.
That's the journey. Not everyone's meant
Also
to make it
depends the
because not
reasons
everyone's
because
cut out to make it.
yeah, true. But if the ceiling is too high, man, think
So
about YouTube. YouTube at the moment is very competitive. Or you have a genius idea, or you have very luck, or you will be a median YouTuber.
But
The only reason,
let me jump in with AI Sonics, because you've got a very successful video with about 70,000 views. And I'm telling you, what gets that video connected to people within a short time is the empathy, the emotion I don't know whether you intentionally built the emotion into that video. How did you
of
create that
course,
video?
is the theme created with the AI, of course, but it's the theme. I normally start with an idea.
Uh-huh.
I, I have trouble trying to find out what archetype I fit into
Mm,
your list, but because I don't do anything 100%.
okay.
Okay, so normally my flux is I start with an idea, I think a bit about it to mature it a bit. I go to my Gemini, I discuss the idea and other possibilities because I have a good imagination to create topics, but I cannot write a full letter, especially
Mm,
in English because I'm Portuguese.
mm,
So I do like you. I give him the topics, the structure. Uh, I revise and ask it to make changes, but the letter itself, the full letter, is written by Gemini. You know,
mm.
Um I don't have the skills to play any instrument, so I manipulate the samples I get from Suno and whatever. I
Did you
mix.
play when you were, did you play any instrument growing up, like
Yeah,
even
I
just
did.
learn?
I have a birth defect. I cannot follow the reason by any reason. I cannot. I have a band and I
Mm.
play the bass.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, but I cannot. I could not do a simple heartbeat. You know.
Mm.
That's why I don't insist in playing the instruments itself.
Okay,
Even I wanted, but I'm trying to learn the music theory so I
nice,
can build my own melodies, of course, in the dawn, but that's what I have.
nice, nice. But you can hum your melodies into Suno, and it can transform
yeah,
what you hum. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I've
like I
I've
said,
sung
I
a
have
lot
a
of songs
very bad
badly
rhythm.
into Suno,
that's good. So
and
What
you
it
do
gets
you
use.
very good
sing?
results. So if it's a complex song, I'll sing it into my DAW first, and I cheat. Obviously, I do it line by line, phrase by phrase, and then I
Okay,
just edit them together. But if it's something like just a phrase that I can sing, I'll sing it
okay.
directly into Suno, and yeah.
That's cool. And honestly, I can tell when people have the musical some sort of lean in, because watching that video, I could tell the musicians, you were showcasing the musicians quite a lot with AI Sonics. And I could tell, that you must like rock to begin with. Yes or no? Do you like rock
Yes,
as
of
a
course.
genre? Yeah, but you see, not
I
everyone
also like
that
EDM, but
creates.
that's another
Oh,
topic.
you do? Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. I could tell, and I was wondering, are you modeling it after the instrument you would have liked to play? But it was very empathetic, and the story is what hooks people. It's a silly question, but if you read the comments then you understand what to do that's repeatable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So,
know. I did another try. Unfortunately, didn't have any success, but that's how things work.
mm,
But I have a problem. I cannot follow themes. I do whatever I need to say this. I made this channel to share my songs without any objective. I just wanted to share it to the world,
mm,
you know,
wow.
and see where it goes. But even if I had zero views, I would still make videos. Maybe a bit less, but I would still make videos.
So why that particular song? Because it's about empathy, it's about caring for
I
people.
have a theory. Uh, I think it was just luck because someone, maybe an influencer, shared it. That's what I think. I don't have a proof, but analyzing the data and the things that happened back there,
Okay.
I think someone with influence shared it on Facebook, and the
Trying
right
to figure
people.
out why you tickled the algorithm is a head scratcher. Like
Yeah, it's
when you
impossible.
accidentally get it right and you don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
I have a
interesting.
lot of other songs about feelings and reflective stuff, but they don't have the same success.
Can I just ask, sorry, what track are we talking about? Because I just subscribed to Wave Sonic's channel now while we
Oh,
were talking.
Oh,
good.
thank you.
Just look for
Welcome.
popular under video. Just go to most popular. You
Yeah,
can't miss it.
it's the only big popular video I have
That's a
Shadow
big
on the
on the
Stone?
stone. Yeah,
Okay, I'll
that's
listen
a
to that
big
later.
number. That's a big number right there. For I don't care even if you have 100,000 subscribers. 70,000 is a very decent number in so short a
Yeah.
time. So I applaud you, and I know that you feel, yeah, I wanted to have fun. But sometimes our future is shaped by, oh, I just want to have fun. And
yeah,
then you
that's
realize,
true.
wow, I enjoy because the message is also a positive one. And it
But
made me
isn't that
think.
always the best music? Sorry to
That's the
interrupt you,
point.
but the
So
best music is the music that is completely self-indulgent. It's made to entertain the band and maybe five or six of their friends. And guess what? Other people think it's
Yeah,
awesome too, and they love it
true.
too. It, all the best music is very self-indulgent like that. It's very personalized, I should say, rather than
Mm,
self-indulgent.
that's good food for thought. Yeah, personalized is a good word. And if you look at the theme in that video, it's just about giving, caring for the guy on the street, caring for, it's a very, very touching theme. And I know some of the purists will say, well, you used AI. But it's again, this is a very good example of how people don't care whether you use AI or not. It's like, what are you saying? What's your message? Can I vibe with it? And then they
And
gravitate
judge
towards
by
what
the
you're saying.
results, because
Yes.
also there's a lot of meaningless music that is very popular, with gobbledygook lyrics that somehow made it
yeah,
into the public consciousness that wasn't made by
essentially
AI.
music.
It was made by a different automated process, the studio industry process, where they just paint by numbers and churn out pop hits to a formula. I would say that's worse.
Mm, very
Well,
good
but
food
if
for
people
thought.
like it, so yeah,
No, yeah, I think what Wave is doing. I haven't heard the track yet, but it has to be far more personal. It's his story. It's made by one person. It's his vision. It's not made by committee, and edited by 1,000 people. And
True.
what do they call them? Focus meetings and approval
Uh-huh.
groups. You know,
approval tests and stuff.
Oh dear. Not made with label governance and thousand
label
people
governance. There
deciding.
you go. There you go.
Oh
Much better
dear.
phrasing.
Well, this has been a whole lot of fun. I
Very quickly before
appreciate
we
you.
go, I want to ask Wave one more question. I'm curious as to his workflow. So from the start of the track, like you said, you put it you put it on the back burner for Gemini and think about it for a little bit. What's the next step? Like when you get into the actual editing part, and now I want to finish this track.
No,
What are
I
your
don't
steps?
jump to the editing part. I jump to Suno and test my ideas and see what
Ah,
works, the genres, the styles. Then I jump, when I find a good result, then I jump to the DAW and start mixing, changing stuff.
Mm,
Maybe I craft another song from Suno and take one part from it. Or the studio, I find out that's very good of adding instruments to your current song. You just need the trick to separate in stems and take out the garbage they produce initially.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thin it down and then build it back up. Yeah,
This is
I
really
think
helpful.
once we can get VST plugin effects like type stuff into AI, it's over. Game over.
Well, MIDI as well. If the MIDI gets better, then
Yeah.
it's curtains for, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
not in a bad
No,
way.
no, in a good way.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be using AI. The argument is done,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you are Suno. Wave AI Sonics is Suno. KP Productions, tell us in the chat, are you Suno? Jim, tell us, are you Suno? Toonie? No, wait a minute. Wave AI, did you say you're Toonie? Or did you say you're Suno?
Yeah, because
I
I was
just tried
amazed
that
by the
out.
sound quality. It still has artifacts. It's not
Uh-huh.
super clean. The only problem I have is in my workflow, I need to get the stems to work on them. And the stems
Yeah.
from Tuni aren't that good, in my opinion. Actually, I think they are garbage.
I use RipX Studio version to do my
Is it
stemming.
paid? Is it paid or free?
Yeah, but it's just once you buy it and you own it. It's not like a subscription thing.
Okay, that's good to know. Do they support it
Not like
nicely across
Yeah,
the
it has fairly fairly regular updates. I mean, it's not amazing, and the editing side of it is clunky, but the stem ripping is very good, and there's other good free stem
Can you
ripping.
repeat the program name?
RipX, RIP space X, but also just UV, Ultimate Vocal Remover. It has a good stem separation now.
That's focus on
Um,
vocals, right?
no, they have full. If you look at the guides, they have guides to how to do full stem separation. It's a bit complicated, but it works, and it's free.
One question
that's
for Phil before we go.
uh-huh.
And sorry.
No, you
About this topic, can you upload your song, or I mean the Tuni song to Suno and separate it in stems?
so
Yeah.
your can you upload Toonie to Suno? So I'm gonna get some clarification from the Toonie people because I don't want to violate their terms. It seems like they are gung ho on don't use our output to
Oh,
train
like
another
the
AI.
other one, I can't remember the
Oh,
name. I know, I know.
So
okay. I
So
I
don't
didn't
feed
think
the
of that,
other
but
competition.
what I was going to say is if you're not publishing it through another site and you're not publishing it, if you're just doing it to separate the stems and then put it back in and do further editing, I don't think they would object to that. But obviously, check with them. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, always
they have to prove that also, but
I
yeah,
think what they don't want is you publishing the track you made on their website on another
okay,
platform. I think that's more what they would object to.
probably.
probably I'll get clarification. There's a few things I need to clear up with them, but before you folks go, mix mastering quality. Who wins? Who's your number? Who's the top?
I don't like any of them. I do my own mastering.
if
I
you're
don't
gonna
know what
choose,
you are
if you're
asking.
gonna
You
choose
mean
one,
the what?
Suno gives the best out of the box results, but there's so much
Oh,
hiss and
geez.
noise and stuff you have to remove still.
so you're talking about creativity. So creativity and accuracy, you'd say Suno. Mix and mastering, you prefer the human. What about you, Wave AI Sonics? It seems like you dabble into a lot of the DAW stuff. So you do your mix and mastering yourself.
No, 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 no. I did. It was a pain. I took more than 2 days to do it, and
Wow.
not always the good result. I mean, I did my best. It had to be mastered, you know. But I started to use Blender when I
Oh,
watched your
good.
video, and
Nice.
I'm happy with it. It has a little bit taste for the high frequencies. I
Mm-hmm.
hate that, but the rest is fine.
Even on
Yeah.
Lambda,
Great.
I found I had to go through to something like RX by Isotope or something like that,
Yes.
and just clean it up. Just
You still need that.
yeah,
I need the
yeah,
expansion, so I do my pre-treatment before going into Lander, and
yeah.
Lander just helps give me
Yeah.
those. It depends on the music as well.
Yeah.
So again, I have a very particular mastering flow because I used to run a recording studio. So I use
Mm,
things like vocal riders and bass riders to make sure they're hitting between certain
fantastic.
volumes. and things
That
like
is
so.
fantastic.
I have my own homemade painting by numbers formula that I use. So for me, that's very easy. It's automated
It
for me
it
now.
makes it
Nice.
makes sense because that stuff I listen to on your YouTube, I could tell that can't just be Suno. That just can't
No,
be
no.
some.
Again, and a lot of people do accuse me of that. Oh, well, why are you posting these? They're just AI. Anyone could do this. And I just tell them,
Oh
well, get
no.
as good results if you can. I mean, they're not the best tracks in the world, but if you can get as clean results as that, go ahead, show me how you did it.
Yeah, not in Suno because those stems are a pain to fix.
I like what KP says. There are infinite workflow combinations. Stick with the one that rocks your boat the most. I use everything, but Suno works the best. I like that. Jim also said, I record my music. Wow. Jim is hardcore. Record my music, play all instruments, drums, guitar, bass, and vocals. Put the end wave file into Suno because it sounds so much better than what I can do. That's,
Yeah,
that's guys like
I feel you,
MLJ.
Jim.
Jim, the Tuni is very. Oh, that's a topic I forgot to mention and I wanted. You need to have careful with the Tuni
Mm,
for two things. I upload my own samples, and you don't have a control over the percentage of influence. Also, it copies it almost identical in some cases. If you don't ask specific changes, even
mm.
the voice is almost the same. Despite
Wow.
they say they cannot use only audio, only voice, or treat the voice, but they copy the song almost perfectly. And they do one thing I'm a foot behind. Sometimes they go online, search something. Um, I think they don't have a very big library, not library, the training data,
Data
and
set,
they
yeah.
need to go online, search for something like patterns or something. That's what I think. But I'm a bit worried about these two topics, you know?
No, so when you are uploading your stuff, you have to assume automatically that even if it's private and they don't directly share it, they are training on your data. You just have to make that assumption there
Yeah,
because
but
they are.
what I was saying is, for example, if you go to Suno, they have a filter that searches for protected content. They also don't let you
Mm.
specify bands or singers.
True.
You can do that
Okay, but
in
we
Tuni.
all know and have tested it enough to know that there are very easy ways around that if you just
Yeah, you
create it
just
in the
say
right settings.
the
But it's
specific.
pointless
You
because you would
cannot
never be
do
able
it.
to publish the results of it, so it's pointless.
Yeah.
But just to
That's
test
right.
the software, we have all done like other people's lyrics and other people and seen how you can make them work and not make them work and when it flags them and when it doesn't. Uh, you can, anything
Yeah,
can
but
be
if you think
circulated.
about it, you do a song, you do your master, you do your stuff. You still have the muddy law to protect you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone likes your music, goes on Tuni, and copies it 90%.
But will
You
they have the same ideas, vocals, originality,
no, they
lyrics,
don't need an
style
idea. They just need
choices?
to copy your
They
song.
can copy that one track.
Yeah.
They can copy that
Yeah.
one thing you did and get a
Mm.
watered down copy of it. They can't create. That's the
That's the
difference.
perspective. Absolutely. Well,
Myself, I don't
gentlemen
mind.
and ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming on such short
No,
notice.
thank you for having
You
Thank you,
are
us.
Jim,
true
for this
artists. You are
opportunity.
true artists. I appreciate you. KP, thank you for coming through. Jim, everyone else. I know watching, us go back and forth is kind of entertaining, but it'll be even more fun when you can join next time. And I will give you more advance notice. I'm very spontaneous. I could have come on alone, but I'm like, I got to bring some of our members on. And I'm really glad that at least we had 4 people that try to join. Fred, shout out to you. KP, shout out to you for coming in. We'll try to get it better next time. But keep on creating, keep sharing your stories. Don't give up. And let us know what word on the street is. Like your friends out in the UK, NLJ, let us know what they're saying about this. Keep giving us the information. If you hear anything weird, Wave AI Sonics, let us know. And I'll ask you this one thing: try to give Suno a quiz in Portuguese, see if it can hold up.
It's in Brazilian Portuguese.
I
Oh,
made
is it
one
good?
song in Brazilian Portuguese by accident.
Yes,
I'm
it
gonna
is, but
Waves. I would be curious on your
I'm
opinion on
Portuguese
that.
from Portugal, so it doesn't sound the way I want.
Okay, my friends. Well, thank you all very much. Appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. I will do this
It's I.
again,
Yeah, I'll
hopefully.
thank you again, Phil.
Thank you.
Phil, thank you for having us up. You're awesome. Guys,
Not
hit
to
like for
Geno
Mr. Phil,
too.
please.
Thank you
Peace out.
all. Appreciate you.
Bye bye.
Bye for now. Take care and see you soon.